Eventually, you believe in yourself. That was the title of a Wilhelm message I received on the 20th of March last year, but it will be relevant, much more relevant today when you happen to read it, because the only difficulty you will have in your life will be the belief that you can have in yourself. Now, that belief is going to be about who you are meant to be in this world, your authentic self. That is a journey that we each take. And you happen to be existing at a time now where that journey was a little more challenging because the world is accelerating in ways that we have not known. And so, what my life did was give me a way for you to live your best life, for you to have everything that you want. I just published an article, a Substack article, and I'm going to do more of that. And it's called I Was Given the Solution to Your Life. And that did happen because when I received all this information from Wilhelm, it told me how any person could move through the restrictions, the blockages that have prevented them from owning themselves and knowing who they are, and to find that authentic self and live that. The only reason that you ever feel less confident about doing something is that you're not connected to who you are, or you haven't found a way to understand it. Wilhelm took me through 36 years of writing that way. And so the reason that this is different for me at this time, because no one's ever done what I've done, I received information intuitively. It was tied to changes, galactic and global astrological changes in our world, which I had no awareness of. So it was a little challenging. I developed something that was quite different than any person on the planet. But what it did was it caused me to heal, and I can give it to others now. When you discover all the reason that you might have struggled in your life and that you can help someone else, the pain and the horribleness that you experience kind of dissipates a bit. Because I've been through all of them, so I do understand that. But that was the life that was given to me. And you can look at our world now and think something is not right. And I'm going to tell you it's quite right, because what we're doing is moving through an evolutionary change so we can make a better world. And that can only happen when you become your best self. And then that can only happen when we take that next step and believe in ourselves. And that's the message that I was given. And I'm going to read it to you because I want you to check out the Substack article. I want you to see all of my work because I know what you can achieve. And I've been given all of that work. Now, what I'm doing is laying it all out so anyone who wants to reach greatness in their life, they can do it. I can say this because for more than 35 years, 36 years of receiving this work, but also coaching people for much, much longer than that. I know every difficulty that you could experience. And then Wilhelm gave me the answer to every challenge that you might have. Doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, what you might have done. It's always the same as long as we are living in this human form. But this is the message, and it will make a lot of sense for you now because think about how you evolve, how you grow in years when you start to understand something. We do that individually, but we also do it collectively, meaning our entire civilization and society. And when it's going through chaos, as it is currently, that means that more of us need to understand what's happening and share it with others. And that's what I was given. And this is that message, which you can find on the website, any advice for today. But it's this: eventually, you believe in yourself. We are providing a message you might have missed a year ago today, as our messenger neglected to place it on the website. Yet, as we said yesterday, there are no mistakes in your life or world. It is merely a progression of consciousness you come to accept. You don't forget anything in human existence. You undergo a process of remembering. No, March 20th, 2023. Everyone wants the same thing. When you come into physical existence, you are given something to develop, create, or build that will improve your life and offer something to the world. You exist in the world now during a time of significant change, and everything we have given you is to enable you to achieve the goal everyone wants. Nothing happens accidentally in your life. And we have provided you messages on corresponding dates to help you remember your journey and its importance. Today is no different. But we also went further to impress more of you with this information, so we began our live question and answer series yesterday. As you read our messages from 10 years ago and listened to the recording, your intention and ours will be apparent. You experience complete freedom when you no longer need anything or anyone outside of yourself to validate who you are. You often think you are held back in your physical life experience because of past hurts or disappointments, which foster a type of fear. But in actuality, it is more of what you think others may think or judge what you do. You are always your best teacher, meaning you gain wisdom and knowledge through your experiences and not merely anything you learned intellectually. When you can entirely rely upon the knowledge and wisdom gained from your experiences and without regard to others' opinions, you soar in your freedom. Now, that last part of the message was March 20th of 2013. Well, I couldn't get there until today. I'm just saying that because I never want you to judge yourself because you haven't accepted yourself yet. It is a process, and that process happens in your consciousness. And depending on how yours was formed, it may take a little while, which is why this work that Wilhelm has given us, you have it forever and it changes your life and eventually it'll change our world. But please see the Substack article because I am changing things and there are openings for those who are ready to move to that next level. It's time for you to become successful and start to accept yourself and believe in who you are. See you soon.